Our investigation at the Pied Bull was an eventful one. It was disappointing with regards to audible phenomena such as voices, knocks, etc. experienced on the night, but excelled in spirit communication and produced one of the most interesting possible manifestations that we have ever captured on video. Also, our cameras recorded some very interesting sounds that were not apparent on the night, such as the memorable clip-clop of horses' hooves. So let's just quickly recap on what we learned from the Pied Bull. Room 9 is thought to be the most haunted room in the inn and is thought to be haunted by a spirit that presents itself as a dark, shadowy figure, as previously photographed by guests staying in the room. So who is he? Our mediums came up with a wealth of information in this room, and with the help of our guests we made contact with no fewer than 7 spirits, many of who were surprisingly children. Grace, a little girl who died of a fever at the age of 6 or 7, possibly in the year 1874. Another identified child, and Emily, who seemed to be connected in some way to one of our guests who had encountered her at nearby Stanley Palace. Although we have tried, we cannot find any recorded connection between the two buildings at this point. Emily was thought to have died from a bad chest. Gwendolyn was another name picked up here, and Wilfred, who Dave sensed as being a Lord Justice. The name Johansson was picked up by Leslie, one of our mediums, who described him as a hunched old man in his 80s, holding a miner's lamp. Verifying the identities of these people would mean a visit to the records office and a further research, which is still very much ongoing. The name John was very strong here. We have found out that there were 2 notable Johns connected to the Pied Bull. John Paul, who ran a 4-horse stagecoach from here to Birkenhead, and uncannily John Davis, the owner of 1609, who fell in the cellar on his knife and died. He is known to haunt the Pied Bull, so we think it more than likely that he is the shadowy figure known to haunt Room 9. The fantastic footage of a shadowy figure seen by some of our guests, team and myself, and actually captured on video, has to be the highlight of the investigation, and it ties in very nicely with the phenomena reported in the room. One of our guests reported her ears burning, and this and a cold spot were recorded and proven with our equipment. EVP of a childlike voice and orbs were recorded, as well as one of our guests feeling as though they were being pulled into the bathroom. Table tipping and contact using the glass was an amazing success in Room 9. Room 7. Both groups investigated this room individually. The dominant spirit here seemed to be Samuel. Dave felt as though he was on fire. He accurately described how this man, who he described as a stable boy, tried to rescue the horses from a burning fire, fatally injuring himself in the act. Leslie and Dave felt Room 7 was the room that he was brought to and died in at the age of 15 or 16. This ties in very nicely with historical evidence, which reveals that in the year 1789 an ostler burnt the stable down after accidentally dropping a lantern, or according to another version of the tale, a lit candle. It is thought that the unnamed ostler died as a result of the fire. A distressed woman, thought to be Samuel's mother, was sensed by our mediums here also. Carol and Belinda sensed the presence of a man called Geoffrey here, who they described as a shrewd businessman. Successful communication using the glass and table tipping revealed that he regularly travelled by horse to the Pied Bull. Scrying was attempted in the room, and the participating guest appeared to change. However, as neither the torch nor the camera was fixed, the results, although impressive, cannot be proven. The participant was touched during the scrying, and light anomalies were captured on video. Room 11 was dominated by the spirit of Jonathan. A successful spirit communication here revealed him to have been a victim of the Boer War. He had lost his sight and suffered terrible injuries and impaired hearing. An unmarried man who lived with his parents, who owned the Pied Bull. Room 12 turned out to be a very haunted room. A camera failed to record footage here, and a guest had to leave the room after being badly affected by the oppressive atmosphere. Leslie, our medium, was reluctant to return here for the table, and Carol, our other medium, was a little shaken by the room's atmosphere. Another one of the night's most amazing occurrences happened here, as we recorded some amazing sound of what sounds like the unmistakable sound of horses outside on a cobbled street. Kathleen, our senior investigator, also felt very strange and uneasy in room 12. The cellar turned out to be a room that was almost impossible to investigate properly due to the noise and refrigerated coldness, although an EVP was recorded. The bar and restaurant area. This area produced good results from table tipping and glass divination. Carol sensed the presence of a coal merchant or miner who said that he used to be called Blackie. Could he have been the man called Johansson sensed by Leslie earlier on in room 9? All in all, this investigation was fascinating and made all the more successful by the participation of our guests, who all turned out to be serious, respectable and sensible people. The search is now on to find historical proof of the many names sensed by our mediums. The Pied Bull has stood for centuries and will probably stand for centuries more, and even though the rooms are sometimes empty, they are never really unoccupied. We will leave you with some of this investigation's highlights, and until next time, goodbye.
It looks like it looks like
Gosh, it's burning her here.
I know.
God, that's amazing.
right the way around the table for us, Jonathan? Can you take it right the way around the table for us? Thank you so much. Thank you.
Any spirits present, please use our energy to move the glass. Oh no, we've got to. This is enough.